Hi there, this is Kathy Crow here at the Crow Cottage. Thank you so much for joining me. And I haven't been here for a little bit because we were having fun out of town. And then in a little bit, few weeks, we're gonna be gone again a little bit. But I think I'm gonna be here anyway because there are just so many things in the Stampin' Up! World right now that I can't miss because there's so many fun things. And today's project is super fun. You are going to love this. This is just a very simple little pop-up card. It's very simple, really, to do. It's just kind of figuring it out. I kind of made it a bigger one than I normally do for this card. So it opens up and then it pops up. It really does. It pops right up and it's so fun, easy to do. This bundle is available right now. It's called Web of Fun. Web of Fun. That's the stamps, and then there's the Web of Fun dies, which you have to get to, and that's where you get your big word Halloween. So you want to make sure you get this. It's so fun. I love it. I'm so glad. What am I going to do when our grandkids grow up? Well, I'm going to still be sending them. I still send Halloween cards to my kids because who am I going to send them to? You know. I do have neighborhood kids. I should do more stuff. I always plan to and then just don't, and that is so lame. I'm so lame. All right, I am going to put my camera down. I'm getting better at that, thankfully, because that was so frustrating. But the paper that goes with the Halloween stuff is wonderful. So I'm going to show that to you first. And then that pop-up card is what we're going to do today. I'll go through the other ones too, because I did do with it. This is what you will see in next week's newsletter. And I did bring out a lot of retired things to do those cards with, because I didn't have all of my Halloween things. Actually, this year I didn't buy a lot of Halloween. I think this might be. Is this the only? No. There's another one. Oh My Fright. That one's so well named too and too cute. Now that one I'm sending to our grandkids. So cute. Oh, they'd love this one too. But this one has dies that, oh boy. Anyway, we're going to get started. Okay, let me see if oh good, I've got it fixed. So I can flip our video, and then you only had to see our ceiling for a second there. That worked out pretty good. All right, so let me bring this way up. And then I need to try to find myself on the computer so I can see what you see. And this is, yes, this is the paper. Isn't it nice? I actually bought quite a lot of it, even though I don't do a lot of Halloween cards, and I don't make a bunch of projects and things like that because I just don't really need to, since our kids are not in school anymore. I don't really need to do all of that. So, you know, we know people who are teachers. I probably should be more supportive for them, but I'm not. Isn't that terrible? All right. Enough whining about that. I am going to keep my eye on the camera and I'll adjust as we go. So this one, oh, here's what I did. I ordered, because I wanted extra, so I ordered the Frightfully Fun Designer Series paper. Now, did you know there actually is a sale going on the paper right now? So, come on, would you turn? I'm trying to get this thing to turn, and it keeps just flopping itself back again, and I'm pretty sure there's a way to tighten this guy up, and I'm not really sure how to do it. Now it's probably way too much the other way. All right. But there's the paper. You can buy either the paper. Now this is not on sale though. Okay, so before you start there was my big belly in the picture. Sweet. Okay, my stomach is in it. That's good. That means you can see the whole edge, and that's what I want you to see. All right. So my belly is smaller, okay, because I am dieting. I'm trying to get some pounds off. I got quite a bit with us vacationing. I ate, and it was wonderful. So now I'm trying to get it off, and I am. It's just so slow coming off. So you can get designer series paper, some of them come with just the designer series paper, and some of them come with a sticker sheet. Now I've taken my sticker sheets out and used some. No, actually this one I have not. I just slid it back into its case because it's so cute. But I'm not a scrapbooker. So this one is Frightfully Fun Time sticker sheet. Maybe this one comes just with the sticker sheet. It must. But I haven't punched any of it out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send these. This is what I'm sending to my grandkids. They will have so much fun with these. And I don't really need them because I have the whole stamp set and everything. But I did kind of like to see how they colored the kitties. It's kind of nice to see how they do things like that. But as you can see, because it has the months and these banners and all these little labels, it's a good thing to have if you are going to make a calendar, or if you are scrapbooking, or if you have some other kind of cool decor fun project you want to do. Now I saved all of my die cuts that I've done already because I wasn't really sure what my color schemes were going to be. And that's just a piece of white scrap paper. I'll just stick it over here. And this is a night. I didn't really even realize that was in the bundle. So I'll look and see. Because is it really? I don't know. Let's look at the dies and see. Because these are the things you're going to definitely be needing. But night must be in there. It is night. And there's a happy and boo, and there's your big Halloween. Now, there doesn't look like a lot of dies. There's this cute little flag. But the spider, he's so cute. When I cut him out, though, I want to give you a tip about his face. And you can cut his outline out. I just used this one. I didn't even use the outline, which is for this stamped image. I just used that. So I haven't even stamped it. There's also this label. This is a really nice label. This is actually a 4 1/4 piece right here. And look how that fits. It's perfect for that. In fact, that's probably why I saved that scrap. Was just for that. And happy. You fit a little over it, which is okay. Actually, no, it does fit exactly in it because the cutting lines are right on the outer edge. It doesn't fit in there, but it actually does fit in there. Okay, so now we've got it rearranged, but this web is why I bought this set. Now the spider web, that's a stamped one. I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna want to use vellum or possibly a dryer sheet with this. I think a dryer sheet would look really cool with that. I might stamp it while we're here and see what we think. But just this out of a dryer sheet I think would be okay. We're gonna do it with white because that's what I've done with my cards. But I do think a dryer sheet would look really cool with this. All right, you have to shove it back down in there. Now you need to use our cardstock for it. It's heavyweight enough to make this pop up. If you're using a lightweight cardstock, this card is not going to work. And I am going to just use my envelope to keep it shut because it definitely doesn't stay shut, as you can see, but that's because I want it to pop up. But you could make a belly band here and slide it on. It'd just be tough. I'm not doing a belly band. I just think that would be difficult to do. So I made a couple of tags because I wasn't real sure what I was gonna do. Isn't this cute? Now this is the DSP I just cut out. Oh, I guess I did stamp the bats. I didn't think I did. Does this have bats? No. So these bats came from probably Oh My Fright. I used that set quite a bit. These though are from old stuff. This one is from the current Oh My Fright, but the pumpkins or something else. This is from Oh My Fright, and then those are, I believe, yeah, those bats are too. Aren't these cute? You're gonna see me make one of these. I don't know which one. But one thing I want to bring to your attention before I'm done here is the cute little ghost embellishment. Can you see him? I hope so. it's a little fat. I would have liked it to have been maybe a bit skinnier. Oh, but they are so, so cute. Where are you? You're in here because all the things that are new are right in the front. So you gotta be pretty close here. Where are you? I'm gonna have to go hunt you down. Oh no, what did I do with them? I must have moved them because I thought I was all done with my cards. What a ding dong. So I'm gonna have to find those because they would actually be, oh look at those cute ones. I always come whenever I'm searching for something, I always see things that I think, oh, I forgot I had that. It is so cute. I have one called, what is it called? It's called something. Oh, there we go. Bats and Halloween and butterflies and all of that. All right, so here it is. And it has these cute little plastic bats. And the ghosts, though, have a nice little smile. You know what? Those little bats, they actually have little faces on them, and they're too cute. And there's black and white dots. Okay, I better put this at the front for now because I might need it. We'll see. I'm going to put all these cards away. Make sure that you like and share my videos. I sure appreciate it when you do. That does really help me. And I hope that the video is helpful for you. I hope you have a good time watching it. Remember, card making is supposed to be fun. If it is not fun at some point in time, it is time to retire. Seriously, it needs to be fun, fun, fun. All right, and oh, so many things at Stampin' Up. So I'll talk about it as we go. But I first of all want to get going on the card, and then once things are going smoothly with it, then we'll leave. The paper, though, let's talk about this paper. So there's this sheet that is just so marvelous. Oh man, there's too many. This and this. Oh my goodness, what wonderful Halloween bags those are gonna make. And the kitty cats. They're just too cute. And the ghosts. So I was so happy to see happy ghosts. There's a little scared ghost. But all the other ones are happy ghosts and a goofy ghost. And the bats even have little smiles on their faces. So that made me really, really pleased because I don't do scary Halloween at all. In fact, as the world has gotten weirder and weirder, I just definitely don't do weird anymore at all. If it's, and I'm old, okay, so many things that you might think are not weird, I do, and I'm not going to apologize for that. I can ignore weird things anytime I choose to, just like you can too. In fact, you could ignore me right now if you've just gotten annoyed. So, look at that little tiny cat. They're so cute. This paper's wonderful, and there's lots of webs. There's webs on orange, and then there's the webs on black, and then there's those more ghosts, and this is the sheet. So I have used this entire sheet, and I made for my big card, I wanted that moon to be prominent, and this is so large that I made a big card so I could fit that moon in it. Isn't it wonderful? I sacrificed this sheet, but I do have another one in that whole pack that I haven't even used. And then there's these two pieces I'm hanging on to. I cut this up because I'd gotten into it, you know, and messed it up, but I wanted to save that moon. So, because this paper will be lasting me, I suspect, for many, many Halloweens to come. I've learned now, after all these years, just wait for the paper you like, and then buy enough of it to last you for a little while, because you know what? It's not here just for me, and it's gonna, it all comes around. Eventually, everything comes around. I hope you could see it all. I just noticed my lights were off. All right, so now today's fun fold. It is supposed to be a fun fold. Let's see if it actually is fun. I'm taking my sweater off. I can tell already I'm going to start getting heated up as soon as I get going on this fun fold. That's what happens to me. It's actually not too bad outside. It's a little muggy, not too bad. All right, since we're all in the shot, I'm going to bring it down just a tiny bit. Hopefully that didn't mess everything up. And we're going to start with our dimensions, and then we're just going for it. Now this is a bigger card because I wanted that pop-up to actually be big and pop up. This one's a little smaller than the one I made, just a tiny bit, but it's because my dimensions when I started getting into it began with 14 by 4 3/4. And I just thought, you guys are not going to be using 14-inch paper. So I must have put, and I didn't either, so I don't know why because I only have 12 by 12. I used Blackberry Bliss, and I'm going to go with that again. I do love it. It's gorgeous. I didn't get a sheet out, so let me go over here and grab a couple. I'm going to grab a couple of Blackberry Blisses, and I need a black, I'm going to grab, oh, that's not black. I got to have straight old black. Let me find it. I think I only need one sheet of black cardstock, but I don't know. So you need your Blackberry Bliss. And when I made the card that I originally did, I probably did do, I may have done, so this is going to stretch out like this. And that looks pretty wide. This is probably 12 inches. So I'm not doing it in that dimension, and I did made it a tiny bit smaller, but not a lot. This is your outer card. So I did not put dimensions on that. Let's see if I did elsewhere here. Nope, that's the belly band. All right, what have I done? So my pencils are what, I know this is gonna look confusing to you. Maybe I should write it as I go. So what we're gonna do is we're making just the pop-up part first. Okay, that is this part right here. We're gonna make that, and I've got it right here. Oh, here I wrote it right here. Okay, so this base card, I'm doing it in Blackberry Bliss. It's 9.5 by 6 inches. Okay, so I'm gonna move my instructions aside. This is my sample template that I made. And I'm gonna keep that because I keep remaking templates, but I actually think that I might not have this in this large size because I kind of made it on my own. I took somebody else's version that I don't recall, and I just sized it all up and probably changed a few things to simplify it. So 9.5 by 6. I'm hoping that is accurate. We're gonna find out. Sometimes things are not what they seem. 9.5 inches right here. Okay, so make sure you are going over to Stampin' Up's page like at least 2 times a month. There's new things coming, there's new things now. It's things that are coming and are there now are gonna sell out. So when you see something you want, you have to get it. So by 6 inches, okay, that seems quite large, but this is the base card, remember. And then we're gonna score it at 4 3/4. Okay, so score. Now there's a white line there. I'm not sure why. I think I'm gonna turn this over and put that white line on the outer part. So 4 3/4. Make sure you're just scoring and not cutting. And now that's my base card. So I'm gonna set this aside over here, hopefully where it won't get wet because I've got my tea going. So that's the base card. Now what we're gonna do is, and I need my other card just to see what color I used. Oh yes, Blackberry Bliss. So we're gonna take another sheet of Blackberry Bliss. And you know what? I brought it down just a bit too much. I want to make sure you can see everything. This part, I'm going to fold it out. This part is 9 3/4 by 4 3/8. Now the 4 3/8 isn't as big a deal as the 9 3/4. Okay, so make sure you do get your 9 3/4. So we'll start with that. 9 3/4. 4/4 and 4 3/8. So now you're turning it 4 3. So 1, 2, there's the 3rd eighth mark. This is the pop-up part. And this leaves a nice sheet still. So hang on to this because we're going to be probably using some of that stuff. All right, now I'm flipping this because I need to see what our score lines are going to look like. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to score a 1/2 inch in from each of these ends. So turn it again and go to the 1/2 inch mark. Okay, and then score. Score good because this paper's thick and you're going to want to see that score line. It's important to see it. And then we're going to score again at the other opposite end at 1/2 inch. I hope you're having a good day. Boy, I feel so bad for our friends in the Pacific Northwest, that whole region. They are just so suffering with those fires. It's awful. This looks crooked. Why are you crooked? Crooked's real bad when you've got, that looks like a crooked cut somewhere. When you're doing these kinds of pop-ups, crooked's real bad. So I'm going to just double check here to make sure, because see how that looks slightly crooked? This is 1, 2, 3, 4 3/8. And I'm going to cut it again because I can see it's kind of off there. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to move it a little bit like this. Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but that little sliver, I know it doesn't seem like much, but it really can. With diagonal folds, it'll really mess things up bad. So it's got to be like perfectly straight. Now I'm going to do this again. 1/2 inch, because see, it messed up my 1/2 inch lines too. Let me turn it this way and see if it's the same. That side looks better because that side actually is straighter. So I'm going to do this one that way. Looks a little off. I'm going to do, let's see, but no, this is the one it should be. Okay, so we'll score it again at 1/2 inch. That's much better. I can see that that's much better. Once you've gotten it folded, you can burnish it if you want. I wouldn't burnish it actually, just fold it so you can see those score lines because we're going to be needing those. Now the center from here to here is 4 5/16, and we need to know the exact center. Let me double check to make sure. This is 9 3/4. It's pretty close. It's off just a tad. So 4 5/16. We're going to just mark it. I'm not with a pencil because I don't necessarily want it to show. Although I think on this part, my black is going to cover it. Does it? No, it doesn't. So I'm going to use my score line to mark it. Excuse me. So come to your 4 inch mark. To find your 5/16, it's each one of these lines. Okay, so we need 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's just one of the 16th marks past your 4 1/4. And that's where you're going to put your paper or your cardstock. Checking again to make sure I've got the count right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do. And then I'm going to use that to mark my center. And then I'm going to eyeball it because that does not look like the center to me. Why is it not the center? It should be. The center is here, and that is not where I have it marked. That is so strange, so skip that. I am going to find that center line and figure that out because I don't get that. Oh, it is actually like not even close to 5/16. Okay, so it is 4 and let me get an eraser here because this is important, like super important. Okay, so it's 4 is correct, but I bet you I did it without this half. That's what I did, but it doesn't matter. We're going to use all the way to the end. So it's at 4 and almost, it's actually at the 16th mark, but it's almost at the 7/8 end. So just 1 in from 7/8. And I would have to count to figure out what 16th that is, and I have to, so sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's the 13/16 actually is what it is, and that's 1 short of the 7/8 mark, just before you get to your 5. That's our halfway spot. And I'm going to really hit that hard so I can see that now. Okay, now that looks correct. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to score diagonal lines from here. We're going to score a diagonal line from here to this fold corner, and then from here to this fold corner. Then we're going to turn it. And so I'm going to go ahead and mark my side over here as well, making sure that I've got it. Oops, let's measure it correctly, because that wasn't exactly in the right spot. There we go. Okay, and then we're gonna go from that mark that I just made here and do the same thing. It's gonna be a score line from here to here and from here to here. So we are scoring in between these 1/2 inch square lines. Do not go out, because that's going to totally mess it up. So place your fold in the track and then shift your paper so that you see your, and if you've did what I did and you've got corrected 1/2 inch lines, make sure you're getting to the corrected one. So I've got here is one of my marks, and then I'm going to put my line here in the track also, just outside of it, so it's going right from here to here, and then score. Okay, so you should see your line going right to that fold. If it's off at all, just do it until you get it where you want it, okay? Because that's perfect now. And now I'm going to shift it again and go from that same point to this fold line right here. Okay, again, this is very easy to do once you just kind of know what you're doing. Now we're going to do this part. Find your center that you scored. Place that line in the track and shift till you get to this fold. And then we're going to score that right there, and then shift again, and we're going to go this side to this side. You know, I've got to do that one again because it's not quite at the point. The end was good, but my other part wasn't. That's better. That's much better. And if you think this is going to mess it up, I don't think it will. It might, but I don't think it will. All right, let's see. Perfect. Okay, now this is it. This is where we're going to find out if I messed it up. So you're going to do a mountain fold there, a mountain fold here. Make sure you're getting it where you have the actual fold. If you corrected like I did a little bit, make sure you're getting the right one. That one's there. And so those are all mountain folds. Now, because I have some corrected ones that I had to do, I'm going to grab my bone folder, and I'm going to take out those by just kind of smoothing those out. This is where I marked it. I don't really need that showing, so I'm just smoothing it out. It's not that hard to do. It does kind of mess up the paper a little, but not really. And if you had marked this side, that would work even better. I just need to see it on this side. That's just how my brain works. All right. Now what you're going to do is you're going to bring, oh wait, there's one other fold I forgot. Now that you have done your crosses, now we're gonna, where your lines intersect, we need to put folds here and here, but you can't do it until this step once you've got it intersecting, because now that it is, you're gonna look inside your track and put that where it intersects, exactly where it intersects, okay? It does have to be exact. And with my head not, I gotta get my head in here to see if that's intersecting right. It is, okay. And then once you get that in, now you're gonna just do a straight fold and peek and see if you got it right. If you didn't, fix it. Mine's off almost a tiny, tiny bit. So I did I'm just fixing it a tiny, tiny bit. It's like a fraction of a 16th. It's not even a 16th. Okay, so find where it intersects again. Put it in the track. Hope that you get it right this time, Catherine. My mother always called me Catherine when I was in trouble, so. All right, now these fold down like valleys. Okay, so make those fold like valleys, and then everything is a mountain other than that. So you're gonna bring your points together here and here, and you're gonna bring these points together here and here. It's very easy pop-up, and it's such a great, strong pop-up. It's as good as a spring. So if you've been thinking about getting those springs, just don't do it, you know? You can get a great effect with paper, and the thing is that you don't know if a spring's gonna go through that postal system very well. They just, I don't know that they will. I've had not the greatest of luck sending things through the mail if it's odd, but anyhow, maybe it's just me. All right, so now that's going there, and now we're ready to get going on the assembly. So this is gonna fold out like this, okay, because we're gonna attach these to the end and to the card, but this is your basic pop-up. So fun. How are you enjoying it? Do you like it? Is it working out good for you? I sure hope so. It would be wonderful if it did. And okay, I'm checking over here because Stampin' Up! Has got like a notification there for me, and I don't really need that. All right, now, the next part we do is these little ends. So this could be a contrast color, and I'm gonna grab out my base card now because what we need is the base card color first, and then we're gonna do the contrast color. And I did mine with orange, but you could do it with black or white. If you wanted a space to write on, you might want it with white, but I'm gonna just do it with black. But first I'm gonna use these, and I think my scraps here are gonna be plenty big enough. Okay, this one's not, but this one is. So we need two that are this size, and they are 2 inches wide. So cut this 2 inches, one of your scraps, and then we need a 4, I've got 4 3/8. I sure hope that's correct. I think it is. 1, 2, it is 4 3/8, because that's the width of your 1/2 inch here. That's gonna glue together there. So 4 3/8 right there. Okay. And that almost could be part of your belly band if you wanted a skinny one. I'm gonna throw it away. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue this to this. And you know, I am gonna use my tear and tape. This is the perfect, I did it at a 1/2 inch so that I could use the tear and tape. It actually works really good. And with pop-ups, I get awfully tired of it being sticky where I don't want it to be sticky. Okay, so press that down really good, and then I'm gonna grab my little, where's my little pick tool, and get that started up there. And then I just need a tiny bit more here on the end. Okay, if you push down really hard, it stays great. Okay, and now we're gonna put one of these on here, right up against the fold. Okay, and then we're gonna turn it and do the same thing with this one. So if you're measuring your tape, you could measure it. It's 4 4/8, remember? And that would work. You also can just do it a little bit over the edge, because this, once you get this backing off, it's pretty easy to just fold the tape in on itself, so it's not going to be overhanging a bunch. That one I got a better handle on. Okay, so now we've got the other piece to put on here. Let me grab that. And push that right up against it. It looks like that piece is just a bit longer than I wanted it to be. So if it is, just trim it off there. Okay, so now we're ready to put this right on the inside. Now, very important part is this gets glued down and this is free. Okay, because otherwise it won't push in. It needs to push in and close, and then it'll pop out. So this does not get attached at all. Okay, but this side does, obviously. So you're gonna find your center space. Not center, but I mean, you're gonna see when you cut it how you can't on the, because it's all black practically, you know, it's all Blackberry Bliss, so you can't possibly see. But I've got like 1/8 of an inch around, and that's what I'm gonna go with. So for this one, I'm gonna just glue it on here. Right at 1/8 of an inch. I need it to be straight. Good, that looks pretty straight. Perfect. All right, make sure that stays down good. And now we can do our contrast. You could do that paper in here. That would look wonderful. I am just gonna do the card I made because I really liked how that turned out. And I think I have some spare. I think this is Timid Tiger, actually. I normally use pumpkin pie, but I'm really enjoying my Timid Tiger. Let me grab some more out and see if that's what this is. It looks kind of light. Maybe this is pumpkin pie. Let me grab pumpkin pie. Oh, it is pumpkin pie. Okay, never mind. I lied. All right, so for the contrast color, we're going to do 1 3/4 by 4 1/8. Okay, so let me see here. 4 1/8. I'll bet this will work. 4 1/8. And 2 inches. It's not gonna quite go the other 2 inches. I love using up all my scraps, but that one's not. Let me see if I have a better, little smaller scrap here to do, rather than use up a whole sheet. So we need 2 inches and 4 1/8. Now, one thing you could use is your stamps right now at this point. If you want anything stamped on the side, then this is when you would want to stamp it. Like if you're gonna have any bats, or if you're gonna put the stamped spider on it or anything like that, now is the time to stamp. Since I'm gonna leave it all room for writing, I know I'll need plenty of room for writing. I'm just gonna do it like this. Now I can see that the orange is coming right to the edge. So if that bugs you and you wanna see some of the purple, because let me see on this side. I think we're gonna see this is almost 1/8 of an inch on the side there. And it's gonna look like this when it's closed, and it's gonna pop out. If you wanna see any purple on that side, then trim off. Let's trim off just that 1/8 of an inch. Okay, actually I'm doing a tiny bit more than 1/8, like barely. Just, and it was crooked again. It's harder to do these little skinny pieces not crooked. There we go. I think my yeah, this is old. You can see I've used it a lot. I think they kind of get wonky as they age as well. All right, now we're gonna put the glue on here. So it smells really good outside. It's really, really nice. Today's a nicer day. It's supposed to get hot and then even hotter on the weekend. But oh man, I went down to the park today and it was just beautiful. I saw a cute little bunny out there. He's so cute. Jeff and I have on our route to coffee in the morning, the way I go, we take separate cars because he does his Bible study afterwards. So I take my own car, and the route I go, I get to go by a wooded section where there's little woodchucks, groundhogs actually, I guess what they are called. And I, saw the baby ones out, and we've been really enjoying. Now make sure this is equal, so bring it up there so you can get it equal to this one. It's looking a tiny bit crooked there, so I'm bringing it out so that it's straightened that edge right here. All right, so now that's looking pretty straight. That part's done. And Jeff said when I got to the coffee shop, I hope you didn't go by the way of, I hope you didn't go that way because, okay, now we're to the decorating part, so now I get to just have fun with this. What I did is I took, because I wanted this web to show up really good, I put a piece of black underneath of that to, just highlight it, but I don't think that was at all necessary. This is showing up really good even without that black. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut a piece of black because I can, and I might as well have it, just in case I need it, but I really don't think it's probably necessary. But let me clean up my mess here a bit so that I can get back in order everything that I've got going here, because this is my little template I need to keep. I'm glad I corrected that. That was the only thing that needed correcting. And then this goes this way. Okay, and then now that's my base card and a little package to keep it all in. All right, now, what did I say? Oh yeah, black. I think I have spare black in here. Anyhow, I was going by. He said, don't go that way. I said, I already did. I saw him. Because there he was. Jeff said he was just sleeping by the road. And I was like, yeah, I know. I saw him. Very sad. I don't know why he was out at night. I suspect he was out at night because I don't think people would have hit him otherwise. But all right, now to get this, I actually probably used a square die. We have wonderful new square dies. I've been using my old square dies for so long, and I was thrilled to see. This is with Tile Garden, it's called. And they are the same as our Notes of Nature, I think it was. Is that what those were called? No, Spotlight on Nature is what those circle ones were. There's the radiating and like almost a fleur-de-lis almost. These little squares, and then it just alternates and does that all the way in on the nested there and nested here. I mean, you've got perfect sizing with and I love that they're mixing the stitchery on it. It's so nice. So with this, you can easily find the square that's going to fit there. Perfect, isn't it? So I'm going to take that over here on the side and cut that out from this black can put that on there, partly because I kind of want it to weigh down too a little bit. It's going to help it. I think it'll just help that weigh in a bit. I don't know, maybe not. Now, I hope you have seen all of the foil stuff, the gold foil that Stampin' Up! Has available. It's absolutely wonderful. And I will be showing it to you. I'm not doing it yet because I really wanted to focus on these sets first. So this is why I wasn't worried about my score lines at all, because the webbing, everything, it's just going to cover it all up. We're going to glue this nice little square on here. So fold that down, put that on there, get it nice and centered up. Okay, so now we've got that on, and what else do I need in black? I'll need those little spiders, and I'll show you how I did that. This Open If You Dare, this is important. That came with a set long ago. Do you remember what this one was called? Why don't I have it out? Thought I did. But I don't. I put it away, so hold on. I'll get to it. Oh, brother, where is it? Come on. Open If You Dare. I can see the little characters in my brain. Where are they? Maybe I can't find it. Maybe I had it out. I thought it was this one. Oh, yes, it is. Okay. It's with this, do you remember this set? It's Spectacular Bash. It had these little frames. So cute. But this is where the Open If You Dare is. No, this is a different Open If You Dare. Well, anyway, we're going to do this one because this is the one I found. And this one, there was a potion thing. Where was this from? Oh, brother, I don't know, but that's what we're using. Okay, and I'm going to put this away. I don't think I need that. And I'll put all my little scraps over here to the side because we are going to use them. That one I won't be using. Let me grab another one. Okay, because we'll need another piece of orange cardstock. And I can put this one away, and I don't need the black. Do I? No, I just need some black scrap is all I need for all of our little spiders. All right. So cute. And we need lots of white. Lots of white for our webs. So I'm going to bring over maybe I should stamp this out first before I do this. So I've got this in Blackberry Bliss. Now Blackberry Bliss can be really messy. Super messy. So I might have to clean that one off really quick and thoroughly. And I'm going to have to, if I use this one, the problem with using this one is I'm going to need that frame. Yeah, I'll have to find that frame die. Blackberry Bliss. Is this Blackberry Bliss? This is. I always get Blackberry Bliss and Rich Razzleberry mixed up, but this is definitely Blackberry Bliss. Oh yeah, very nice. Anything else in white? No. So everything else is just a die cut, and that works out really nicely for me. Okay, let me clean this off. Really good. I wiped, that color is so strong that I wiped that off with a baby wipe first because it's just too strong. Okay, now any of these words would be really good. Spooky, etc. But we are using these. I just didn't want the date. There's very spooky. Ooh. But I do really like these Halloween dies. They're neat. Okay. So let me find, that is called Ornate Frames, and let's see if I can find it. It's a pretty old one, but I suspect it's here fairly nearby. I think I have other things in with it as well. Now, there they are. Is that it? No, that's our storybook frames. Now, that would probably work, but I'm really hoping I can find our ornate frames. Where are you? I am not seeing it. Maybe it's in a different spot. Wow. Ornate frames, where are you? Oh, you know what? I am just not going to worry about it because I don't even need the die. It's pretty easy to clip. I'm going to just clip right on the lines. Okay, because I can't find the die. Me searching and searching would take more time than just doing this. Just keep your finger out of that ink. You know, some of the ink does take a while to dry, and our new hybrid that took the place of our Memento Black, it's like that, and it works great. But I have found that anytime I use it, I want to use my clear embossing powder and emboss it just to keep it in place, because it like makes messes all over the place. Now, did you see me tear that? I save the tiniest scraps. Sometimes, depends. Okay, now I'm gonna get out those, I'm gonna get out those dies and I'm gonna do some cutting. Okay, first of all, want to put our web. We're gonna do 2 webs, and I am gonna see if I can find a dryer sheet for you to see, because I think it'll work. And actually doing a dryer sheet on your web's not a bad idea anyway, because it'll help keep the paper from sticking. I should do it first before I do anything else. Let me see if I can find a dryer sheet really fast. I thought I had them right here, but yes, I do. Perfect. All right, so just take any standard dryer sheet. I'm gonna leave it, I don't really need to leave it doubled up, so we'll cut it like this. It smells good too. All right, we're gonna cut that. And I think I'm actually gonna do 2, because I'm gonna do that white and that, because I wanna see how this is gonna look. All righty. Okay, we're gonna send it through 2 times since I've got a couple of layers. In fact, I think I'm gonna send it through 4 times, just to be on the safe side for getting it all cut out. And voila. Okay, so here's, whoa, that's gonna fall out quite nicely. Now you can see, because I had my dryer sheet right on here, it really made a sticky-ish mess that I am gonna clean off, but I'm not gonna bother with it right now. It won't matter in this moment, but because I'll probably just turn over the plate. But that's something you'll definitely want to clean off before you do like a whole lot of stuff, especially with anything dark, because it's gonna mess it all up. Let's see how this turned out. I really think the web's gonna be cool with that dryer sheet, but I don't know. Okay, get my little pokey out here. All right, so dryer sheet's out, and it's like attached to the paper, but that's actually a good thing, because I'm afraid it would really tear otherwise. So we're gonna get all these little pieces out. I would use my brush, but I don't know with that dryer sheet if it'd be all that effective anyway. Oops, that's the actual web. Don't tear that. Okay, this is gonna be really interesting. Are you as interested in this as I am? This is fascinating to me. Okay. This is where our daughter gets these scientific, you know, things from is kind of from me. She likes the bug stuff. I'm not big into bugs. But she's a big, you know, let's experiment kind of girl with things. Okay, so here's your web from a dryer sheet, and it's actually quite spectacular. Very, very cool. I don't think it'll work all that great in the inside because I don't want anything sticking in it. Tore a tiny bit right there. But I think because I'm not using the whole web on the front, I think I might be able to use this on the front pretty effectively. All right, now you get to see the white. And it's very bright and vivid and shines out, doesn't it? And I do want its stiffness on the inside because it overhangs. So I'm going to hang on to this and use it, but not today. This is a little flimsy. I think if you did 2 dryer sheets together and then glued them, the glue would go through and stick it all together. And I think that would be really cool, but no, not for me today. And another piece of white going through there is going to help make sure that my black die cuts hopefully will be clean coming through. I'm not real sure about that. I'm going to put my dryer sheet excess away. Do not need you. And actually this sheet, this feels fine. It's this. I'm going to run some water on this or something. Let me just get my sponge on it. Clean that off. Oh yeah, that works good. Just some water on there. Is good. That took it off pretty much. All right, we're gonna peel that off. That one's used. It's very sticky on that side. I think I'm gonna get another scratch. I don't think I want to do that one again. All right, so now we're gonna do our. It should pop out really well. And what else did I need? I think I had something else with white. Right? Where did my card go? Oh yeah, the boo. I need the word boo and happy. So we've got the word boo and happy right there. Oops, I'm still finding pieces of dryer sheet all over the place. Okay, so when you, in the coming up, you know, I haven't got the things yet. I've made some of my Christmas cards, and they are coming. I haven't finished quite because they're not only do I still have one more set to use that's really fun. It has little mice. So if you go on the website, you'll find find the cute little mice. Merry mice. Oh, so fun. But Stampin' Up! Has got some gold things coming, gold and silver, and this really cool opalescent silver. Oh boy. And my things haven't arrived yet, but I've got more Christmas things that are gonna be all hot foiled. I'm really excited to use it. That hot foil system is wonderful. Okay, so there's the boo. And oh good, everything else just stuck on the board. That out of the way for now. And we'll get that out. There's the happy. And we'll get this all assembled. All right, very good. It looks like everything's going good in Facebook land. I'm so glad. You never know. Today when I was leaving the park, because I went down there and looked at the bunny and the flowers are looking really, really good for the end of the summer. I mean, really good. Man, they take good care of things down there. Ours looks good too. It's just a lot of my roses I haven't paid attention to them. So the few I have, I haven't really been, I got kind of discouraged when I lost so many, and Not really. They don't do as well here, okay? They don't. It was easier to grow those in Washington State. But the upshot is that here we have flowers that just self-seed in a way that never happens in the desert in Washington. So I'm really enjoying the zinnias, and I guess I could say them correctly. I think it's actually zinnias, but I prefer zinnia. Okay, now what I'm going to do is get the black out, and we're going to do this, and then I need orange for this word Halloween. Okay, so we'll cut those things out. Get rid of my scraps. Okay. And now we need 2 spiders, is that correct? I think so. Yes, just 2 will do. So 1 and 2. And anything else black? No, I'm not doing any. I am not doing any. I'm going to go ahead and turn this so that I can, or no, I'll just stick it there. We'll put this here. We're going to do our Halloween and our black spider. And I do need one more. I think I do need a white label. And we're going to do one more black spider. And then I want to show you what I did with the spider so you can see his happy little face. Because he really does have a nice happy little face. And Stampin' Up! Has some white gel pens. I would really encourage you to get those. I have used other gel pens, never been thrilled with them, but they worked, so I was okay with them. But and I assumed that Stampin' Up's, I mean, a gel pen's a gel pen. I didn't think Stampin' Up's would be any better than what I already had, and I was so wrong, because it's definitely better, way better. Okay, now do you see how that's just popping out so nicely? I do really like our dies too. They don't take a lot of fuss most of the time. And I am a little careful on what kind of dies I do order. If you get ones with tiny, tiny little filigree, you do have to work a little harder on those. I always use a dryer sheet to send it through first, and then that's going to make it easier for you. So I'm going to get rid of these little scraps, and then I'm going to put our little spiders on here so you can see them really well. And you can see their little faces. If you were in person, you could see them. However, you cannot see them just the way they are. And we want them to have a nice happy smile. So I'm going to use a silver pen to make his little mouth smile. And the gel pens, though, I'm going to use first to get those big googly eyes, okay? So you'll need your Stampin' Up! Gel pen. And I do still have my other one, so I have to make sure I'm getting the right one. That's not it. That's not. Where are my gel pens? There they are. Okay. And I need a scrap. Sometimes it needs a little starter. Okay, so there it goes. So he has like little this kind of an eye, you know, and I don't want that. I want it to be a nice big googly eye. So what you do is you just keep going over it until it looks right. Okay? And then let that dry, because it is going to take a little bit for that to dry. But look how this smoothly comes out. It's really a nice pen. Love that. I'm kind of cleaning it off because they can get kind of gummed up. At least my old ones did. And then for his mouth, you know what? A pencil actually will work better. This is one of those inky pens, but I actually think a little pencil. I think a pencil's actually going to work better. Right on his little smile. There we go. That way we have the happy in Halloween. So cute. Now, we do need to make his little black pupils stand out. So when that's dry, I'm going to put a black marker tip in there and make sure he has those. But I'm definitely going to wait until he's dry before I do that part. Okay, I don't want to ruin those. So we'll set those over there. And we'll get the rest of this going. And put these things away. And put him in there. I didn't use that. It's not quite big enough for that Halloween. All right, so what I need for that is my square rectangles, it looks like. So let's see which size I used. Is it this one? This doesn't look big enough. It's not. Where did I find one that big? I might have used this and then just adjusted it, but I have so many dies that I think I'm gonna hunt here for one that'll actually work best. Let me find my big, long, skinny. Not long and skinny. They just need to be long. You know what we had a long time ago? We had these. Oh, here we go. There we go. So here's the ornate layers. So it was not ornate layers. That die I was looking for, it's not in here. But we had this. It's probably the right one. I'm not sure though. Let's see. Halloween. Kind of not. This one's gonna be too big. So yeah, that's what I did, is I just took my regular rectangle and then made it work. But I still am thinking I might find. Do you remember these? These are my favorites. We didn't have them that long. I don't know that I want one that has that size, but let's look. I don't know that, yeah, that would actually work fine, that little point. Let's see here. I think that'll work. It's a bit on that one definitely will work. Let's see if it's too big. Yeah, I don't want it to cover up. That's why I didn't use this. I didn't want it to cover up my... All right, so we're gonna have to use the 2-steps move to get the die the way we want to. And I do try to avoid doing this, but it happens a lot. So what you want to do is just find a die that's as close as possible to the size that you want. But is it bigger? It needs to be a bit bigger. See, this is the length. So now I'm going to cut it 2 times and cut here and then there, and then that will do it. All right. I don't need you. I don't need you. Put you aside. All right. So this is what we're going to go with in white, so that's going to stand out really good. Let me get a piece of cardstock here. Slide that in. Actually, to keep my plate a little bit better, I'm going to put 2 of them, but I'm only using the 1. All right, so we're going to go like this. So I think that'll be perfect right there. All right, so we're gonna cut this one here. Oops, I need the other plate. Where did you go? There you are. All right, and then we're gonna just shift it. And then get the stitching on the top here. I'm just using this extra scrap just to, because otherwise that plate, it really digs in. Now the trouble is that this stitch goes all the way up, so I think I'm gonna cut it like this. If you cut it like this, make sure you feel in and make sure your stitchery is in the same grooves, okay? It has to be exactly in there, but to avoid that problem, I'm gonna turn this like this, and I'm gonna just put the stitching like this. I just need it on the top. It is gonna dig in, but oh well, I'm gonna live with that. Sometimes it shifts a bit and it gets crooked, so normally I'd be a little more careful about putting that through, but we're gonna assume that it's fine. Now for the butt bit underneath, I am gonna just trim it. And all right, a little tiny bit there. There we go. So that's a nice stitched bit. Oops, it's flipped. Check out my eyes. Oh, good. Phew, didn't ruin him. Thought it would smear it around. Looks like it's getting pretty dry too, so that's good. And we're almost ready to be finished. This is the final assembly here. So we're gonna take, oh, you know what I did? Oh, that is so goofy of me. I cut it out of white because I wanted to simplify it. And I reversed what I did. I reversed it, but we're gonna go with this instead. I think I didn't want the border to be white on that. So we're gonna find orange and just do that, or we could do black, but I'll just do orange. But isn't that funny? So I cut the die out, and then I threw that paper away that had the words in it. But instead of doing that, I just used the die and cut it and laid the cast off from after cutting that out. It worked pretty good. Sometimes those letters don't intersect very well, but this one looks really good like that. So that is what I did, but I already threw that piece of paper away, so we're out of luck on that. We'll have to just use cardstock. And I think the reason I did that is because this part, gluing this on, it can be really messy. And so I was thinking with a pop-up, it's already kind of, labor intensive. So just making sure I've got all of the dimensions correct so it's gonna fold properly. Takes a little bit of extra time, so I thought, we'll make this project a little simpler, and we'll just use the die cast off outline for the words, and then I can just glue that thing on there. Okay, instead we made it tougher. But it's still pretty cute. Now this is a nice die because you can kind of shape it a little bit too. The words could have been a little bit more wonky if I'd wanted them to be. And then we're going to take this and just glue it on here and do a nice little border. I'm going to just cut that really quick over here. Oh no, here's my cutting board. I can do it right here. I wasn't sure if I had it handy or not. All right, so we just need a little bit of an edge, like right there. Save that scrap, that's a nice one. And let's see how much of an edge we want here. Right there. this part just needs those little spiders in. Oh, I forgot. Let's finish out the eyes for the spiders. So I will get, now if you don't use your marker, certainly don't use your blending pen. I think I want to use a pencil, or even just a black, something you can throw away if it doesn't, because what's going to happen is it's going to get like this, because it's going to get my tip gummy with that. And I actually just need, you can just kind of rub that white out and it'll show, since it's black underneath, you see. Oops, I kind of messed it up on that one, but that's okay. So you just do dot, 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 basically until you can see the nice googly eye. And I could have made the white a little bigger even, and it would have given me a bit more room here. Okay, that's working good. He's so cute. He just needs those big eyes. If you don't use the big eyes, you just don't get that. But so we're gonna stick him in here, and I'm gonna just glue this on. You could do your tear and tape, but that would make a big mess. Actually, I'm gonna just do dots, because the problem is if I glue this and it's gluey, it's gonna stick. So this one you kind of have to make sure you're not getting a lot of excess glue here. So just tiny, tiny bits. Okay, I don't have any dots that are going to be smaller than this, so push that down, put your web on there, push it down. If you feel any stickiness, get your gum eraser and get rid of it. Mine's doing pretty good. I think there might be a tiny bit there, but that would be it. All right, and then we're gonna just glue this guy down too. Just a little bit. Did I have him in the center? I'm gonna peek here. Yeah, he is. He's right in the very center. There. Hopefully you can see him. If you wanted to do a circle that's a little bit bigger and white, I think, oh, that is what I did. Because when I stuck him on, I realized you can't see him very good. So I'm going to pull him off before he's really solid there. And I'm going to just grab my little scrap and a little punch. I'm sure I have a little one here handy somewhere. Tiny one is what I need, a little tiny one. Well, I don't see a tiny little one, so I'm going to grab my circle dies. And I'm going to just grab one of these little circles. That's pretty good. It's a little on the large side. That's good enough. And I'm going to run that through. Oh, I forgot. I've got to put my rectangle dies away. Oh, I've still got paper on here I can use. The one I used has got like stitching on it, so I'm not sure what that one was. I forget what that die's called. But this will work better, and then I'm going to just put some glue on there so his little face will stick on. There we go. Now you can see him a lot better. And now for the front. Now we're going to put this little word boo right up here. Okay. Do you like Halloween like I do? I used to like it because I ate the candy. And and I love candy still, but now I don't let myself have almost any of it, so that is not as big a deal anymore. But I still really like Halloween. It's fun. It's a fun holiday to do because we don't do anything weird. All right, now that is going to stick because it's, you know, out a little bit. So I'm going to take my little gummy eraser and clean that up really good when I know everything's good and dry. For now, we're going to just shut this, and this is going to go on there. This is going to go on here. Let me get rid of that. So the web is going to just stick halfway on, and I'm going to go ahead and stick it on just as it is, and then we'll snip off the edges. I'm going to just do these lines. I have no idea how far I'm going to need to go out. And so it is going to get some glue on my scissors. I'll have to clean that off. That's just the way it goes. Okay, I want it to be like there. And then this is going to go right on top. I could have it go under. That would look good too. Okay, maybe I'll do that. Let's see how I did it. I had it on top. You know what? The reason is because I wanted this guy to show up really good, so I actually wanted him on that corner. And we're gonna, if this is such a fat card, we're not doing dimensionals on things. We're gonna do this like that. And then he's going to go, this one, I think, should I have him pop up? I don't know. I might. And then we want our little open if you dare. Oh, we need the happy. We got to have the happy Halloween too. Such a cute set. So remember, this is called Web of Fun. Don't forget the paper. I am not using any of that paper I showed you in this suite, but it goes with the Oh My Fright set. It's so fun. You're gonna want that. All right, and we do have black dimensionals. This is the one place I am gonna use those. If I can find them, there we go. Get one here and one here. All right. Very nice. And then the open if you dare just goes on the center here. And that is almost that. Okay, we'll cut off our extra webbing. This is the part that gets a little tricky. You don't want to cut your card. All right, sweet. Pops out. These little googly eyes got right there. Normally I would wait until it was real dry before I did that front, but oh wow. Okay, and that is that. Isn't it cute? So let me know if you like this card. Let me know if you make it and if you have a great time making it. And if not, tell me what was hard about it, and then we can chat about that. And I will see you guys next week. It's going to be fun. Everything is going to be so fun from here on in. All right? It is good. It's very, very good. Have a blessed weekend. And I will see you next week. Bye.